So we're right in the middle of July, and I mean, it's summer in its boom here, even in the Northeast. But nothing like a beautiful farmer's field in the summer, bales of hay. We had quite a bit of rain in the spring, and we've had quite a bit of heat in July. So actually, corn stalks and bales of hay should be right at their max, because a lot of that does depend on the spring weather, and we probably got the exact right thing to make it how you want it for midsummer. We got a very, very, very heavy rain in April and May, and it was pretty heavy in June too, but once we got to mid-June, not so much. And it hasn't rained that much in July either, and it's been very hot. So it's probably just right for haying and for corn. Well, it's it's almost 5 o'clock. I'm almost home. So anyway, that's what's going on right now. I just want to say hello to everybody. I haven't made a video in a little while. I've been kind of busy. It's a little hard to see here. Here we go. I shut it off on the last video because I saw a white Crown Victoria with what I thought was a light bar on top, but it wasn't. It was a taxi cab sign, so I could have left it on. I talked about the possibility of Social Security being withheld to raise the national debt limit and how I don't approve of that. I think I've said enough about that, though. I am obviously not in approval of that. And I do understand that in order to keep going, the country does need to spend some money. And if we're not generating more than we have, it's like anything else. It's like even your personal finances. If your expenses for the week or the month are more than what you're able to generate, you may need to rely on a credit card. Alright, I would agree with that to a certain extent. I don't think you should live on that credit card, though. That might be how you get through a rough period. That might be, how you manage when you're on a road trip and all of a sudden you need a water pump. Well, you didn't budget for needing a water pump. Stuff like that. Hotel rooms, airplanes, car rentals. Yep. That's what it's for, especially if those are things you didn't really plan on. Last January, my dad passed away, and some relatives flew in from other cities and states to come to the funeral. Well, they didn't know that their uncle, or whatever he was to them, was going to pass away. So maybe they didn't save enough money to fly from California or Texas, so they had to use a credit card. Maybe they had to rent a hotel room with a credit card. Maybe they had to rent a car to get around while they were here. Well, and anybody deals with that situation. I'm not. That's a personal example that could pertain to anybody. So, okay, those were unseen expenses, and they might have needed to use credit cards to. You shouldn't buy your daily lunch with a credit card. You shouldn't pay your utility bills with a credit card. If you're really desperate, maybe you do that once or twice, but that should not be a normal practice. If it is, you're really, really misusing your credit card fundage. And that's what the country's doing, and that's why the national debt is where it is. The only way to alleviate the debt would be to raise taxes and put the burden on the citizens. Neither way is really very good. Either way is going to lead. There's a ton of bullshit associated with doing it either way. And the taxpayer suffers. The only way we're ever going to make the debt go away without either raising taxes or raising the debt limit is to return to industry in this country and produce and actually sell more products away than purchasing more products in. If that doesn't happen, we're never going to make the debt go away. We'll be having this conversation in 30 years. My hair might be a lot more gray. Most of it will be gone maybe, but we'll be saying the same thing.